2020, the year that changed the world. For us, 2020 was supposed to be the most amazing year ever. My little brother turned 30, my parents celebrated 50 years of marriage, and we were getting married. When we first got engaged, we thought about just running away together on the quiet and eloping, as we still had so much we wanted to add to the life we built together. Buying our first home, raising a family, getting a dog, and all the fun adventures that come with being married and starting our own family. We thought about it and we just wanted to be married more than anything, so eloping seemed the quickest, easiest and cheapest way to do it. Then we sat down and really thought about it and came to the conclusion that we really did want our family and friends to be there to see us get married, and one day one of us, or maybe both of us, might regret not having the big day. So we decided to wait, spend more time saving and planning, and set a July 2020 date to look forward to, giving us plenty of time to build our special day to be everything we could ever want from a wedding. We'd been planning our beautiful wedding for almost 2 years and had built up the most amazing day, full of fun-filled plans for our family and friends. We'd spent so much time making DIY projects for our day, from tiny paper flowers to huge donut walls and arcade machines. We were so excited, and it was going to be the best day ever. Then COVID happened, and everything changed. From March onwards, we sat watching every news briefing, hoping for a miracle. When quarantine hit and we were all in our first national lockdown, weddings were completely cancelled, and no one was allowed to get married even with just 2 witnesses. We thought about whether or not we should postpone our wedding, but we knew that we wanted to get married whatever it looked like, and had faith that things would look a little different by then. So we powered through, hoping and praying that the rules would be lifted, and if nothing else, legal weddings could go ahead again by the time our July date came around. As time went on, it became more and more unlikely that we wouldn't be able to have our beautiful big wedding that we'd spent so much time planning. So we agreed to put a backup date in place with our venue and suppliers, and continued hoping that the restrictions could at least be lifted in time for us to be able to say our legal vows to each other. We were determined to get married on our date, and although the idea of our families and friends not being able to be there did break our hearts, we knew that deep down they'd understand that we just had to do what we had to do, that we didn't choose for it to be this way, and that the most important thing was that we were legally married. Thankfully, restrictions were lifted on July the 4th, and we were all set to get married on the 25th, making the decision to go ahead with just our parents and our 2 best friends as witnesses. We both had big families and didn't want to choose between anyone, so we felt that this was the fairest way for it to happen. Our wedding day was absolutely beautiful. I spent the night before at my parents' house and got ready in the morning with my parents and my best friend by my side. Sam spent the night at home and saw his parents in the morning while getting ready, and we met at the registry office. Our ceremony was conducted by 2 registrars wearing face visors, and our guests had to sit 2 meters apart. My dad wasn't allowed to walk me down the aisle, and no confetti was allowed to be thrown. No photos were allowed to be taken outside of the building or anything. The ceremony was very short. It was all over within 10 minutes, and as easy as that, we were Mr. and Mrs. Fils. After the ceremony, I walked down the high street in my just-married denim jacket, holding my husband's hand, and in that moment, nothing else mattered. We didn't care about everything we'd lost. We were just so happy to have been allowed to say our vows and get married, after fighting so hard, hoping and praying that restrictions would be lifted in time for us just to have this tiny official ceremony. People have asked us how we coped so well with having everything taken away from us, but we don't really feel like we lost out on anything. We actually feel like we gained so much more. Who else can say that they were actually able to relax and enjoy their wedding day like we did? We had time to chill out, breathe, take it all in and really enjoy it together. Really be with each other, rather than so focused on everything else that comes with having a big wedding. Did COVID ruin our wedding? Absolutely not. It just gave us a reminder of what was really important to us. In a world full of chaos were 2 people that just wanted to get married. We made the right decision for us. We loved our wedding day and have absolutely no regrets. Every time I look down at my hand, there's a little ring on my finger that reminds me that when everything else around us was falling apart, we were strong enough to make it through the wildest of storms. Nothing was going to stop us from getting married that day. If there was a hurricane outside, an earthquake, or even meteors falling from the sky, nothing would have stopped us. Not even a global pandemic. I've always said I wanted to raise our children to know that nothing is more important than love. I'm hoping that hearing this story will make them remember that. I'm so proud to have got married in 2020, a time where everything else was uncertain, There was always love. Love will always win.